welcome to Meet Your Mayor Lethbridge. We are coming at you from the ancestral home of the Blackfoot people, Blackfoot Nation here. My guest today is Colton Menzak. Colton is running for mayor of our fair city. Colton, I don't know much about you except you're a new dad. Congratulations, man. That's exciting. Whew.
Thank you. Yes, I've been waiting for a kid my whole life, so she's finally here.
Nice. Well, that is congratulations. That's life changing for sure. So yeah. And so tell us else tell us a little bit more about Colton. How long you lived in Lethbridge?
I was born and raised in Lethbridge. I worked for my grandfather's construction company. He had a local construction company. So me, my father, and my grandfather worked on a lot of the buildings around Lethbridge and homes and, the hospitals and all sorts of structures, the roads. Growing up, I participated in team sports, football, hockey, lacrosse. After high school, I went off to a drilling rig where I worked for 10 years. And while I was doing that, I was also having mixed martial arts fights. So it's been a busy time.
No kidding.
Now I have a job in town now. So me and my wife had our kid on Friday. We got out of the hospital on Sunday and just trying to adapt now.
Wow. How exciting. How exciting. It's obvious to everybody. You got your working clothes on. You're a working guy. You're putting steel, you're protecting stuff with steel. You're on the job there. So, and congratulations again for being a new dad. So what is it like if you were on council or if you were a mayor, Colton, if you were a mayor, it's a big job, takes a lot of time and energy, right? So what is it about Lethbridge or residents in Lethbridge or our community that makes that investment of your time and talents, why you want to invest your time and talents that way? What is it about Lethbridge?
I think if you want change, you have to start local. So you don't try and change the world first, right? First, you try and you put your house in order, your block in order, and your city in order. So ultimately, I want to try and, change Canada for the better. It seems like we're going down kind of a path of a sure path to disaster with the economy and everything. Our debt just keeps piling up. We seem to be fighting with each other more, and it doesn't seem like we have very much sustainability. So I just want to make Lethbridge better, fix some of the problems we have here, with the homelessness and these problems that everywhere is having, not just us. And then once we fix Lethbridge, then we can move on to Alberta and Canada and maybe the world. We'll see how far we can go.
All right. Sounds good. So just like make the whole place a better place for all of us. All right.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right. So now, Colton, if you're elected mayor and let's say you get the magic wand and you get one wish that you can make a change in our community, what would that one wish be?
I think my one wish would be that Lethbridge was self-sustaining. And through being self-sustaining, we would be able to build up prosperity, right? Which you can't really do anything without prosperity, without the cash. Right now, we rely on handouts from provincial and national authorities and, the taxes from the people. But if we had the proper structures put in place and we had money saved and we had investments that were building capital instead of just relying on these handouts, I think we'd be able to solve our problems a lot easier, right? Because as it stands, first we got to get a vote, then we got to ask for the funding, and then we got to try and do this. But I think if we were self-sustaining and we had, our books in order, then we'd be able to conquer these problems a lot more efficiently than we currently can.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. So now, is there anything else you want to talk about with your platform, Colton? Do you want to speak to that at all?
Well, I get the biggest issue right now is the homelessness, which is accompanied by the crime, right? So we've in the past years, I know we've spent millions of dollars on trying to fix this problem, and it just seems to get worse and worse. So what I would propose for this specific issue is a housing first method, which Medicine Hat has used, Utah has used, many places have used this method. So the idea is first you get these homeless people into homes, and then they're not homeless, and then you set up programs for them, working programs, and try and find them a purpose and get them out of the cycle of perpetual destruction that they're in, right? Right now, they're on the streets, they go to jail, they're on the streets, they go to jail. I know we had the safe consumption site, but that's more of a Band-Aid. That's not really like getting at the root of the problem. So I think firstly, the housing, right? You get the housing, you get them in houses, then you set up programs. There's lots of work around town that needs to be done that we can have these people do that they can do, and we can pay them and get them on the right path. And then ultimately the idea is for them to be self-sustaining on their own. So that's one of the biggest issues. And then with that comes the crime, right? If the homeless people aren't downtown, and they have no other option but to commit crimes to get anything, then if we give them another option, then the crime will get better and lower.
Okay, understood. Housing first, getting people housed, and then you can do all the other assist or supports to kind of get their life. Go ahead.
Also, Medicine Hat claims that it's cheaper to house them than to have them on the streets. They say it costs about $100,000 to have a homeless person on the streets just because they use certain, services, the hospital and whatnot. But housing them only costs 20 grand. So really, it seems like a win-win.
Yeah. And Medicine Hat says that they've ended homelessness in their community. Correct?
Yeah. They have net zero homeless. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Awesome. That's very encouraging, right? Right down the road, they can do it. Certainly we can, right? So yeah, cool. So Colton, obviously you think you are the best choice for mayor, right? That would be the assumption you're operating under, correct?
Yes, that's right.
All right. So let's say the polls don't see it that way. You're not the first choice for mayor. Who would be the second choice, would you say, of the candidates we have running?
Well, I honestly think all the candidates are kind of the same. I'm a little bit different. They're all going to be educated under the same people. And Albert Einstein said that you can't solve a problem from the same state of consciousness from which it was created. So that's why I think all these people are they have the same ideas, and those ideas are going to have the same outcomes because they all think the same. So I think that my unique perspective will bring, but I guess I'm kind of dancing around your question, but if I had to pick one person, I don't know, honestly. I haven't looked into them a whole lot. So
all right. Okay.
I couldn't really say. I'd have to study them up a little bit more before I made an educated decision.
I see. All right. Then you know what? Then that's fine, Colton. We'll just let the voters decide, right? They can figure this out. Yeah. Cool. Well, I wish you success with your mayoralty run. If there's anything you wish to add to our discussion, please do. But other than that, it's been a pleasure to meet you. So did you have anything else you wanted to add, Colton?
No, I just want to make the world a better place. And, through the past year, through the pandemic, I was working security at night, and you see so much suffering, and it just seems like whoever's in charge, they spend a bunch of money and things just get worse, whether it's the debt, the homelessness, all these problems just keep getting worse and worse every year. And, I feel like this is more of a duty. I don't want to do this job. I feel like it's a duty for me to do this job. If I saw an old lady getting mugged on the street, it'd be my duty to save her. So I think I do have the answers. I don't think I personally have the answers, but I think I know how to find the answers, and I can just see what's been done through history and use that instead of having a happy thought and putting a bunch of money behind it and turning my head, and then everything gets worse, even though we spend millions of dollars. I think that there's just a better way to do things, and that's why I'm in this.
All righty. Well, Colton, I wish you good luck with your mayoralty run, and I hope you and your wife and your child, your new child, have excellent health and lovely relationship. So yeah, keep well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Keep well, sir.